Well, folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Today, we've got an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
2nd and 4.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
It's a gain of
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. But just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Mayfield. Finding Otten once more. So even 2 yards there on the completion. And that will bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing. Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. That's caught. It's a rookie from Oregon. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
1st and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Well, the Jets sweep. This is Godwin. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
It's now 3rd and less than.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Mayfield. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it.
Recovered by the Saints.
Rattler wants to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Olave over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
On play action, Rattler. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a 2nd and 10. Rattler going to look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Rattler. He lets it go deep for Olave. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Johnson to return it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground with Irving. Well, he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
On every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Down to about the 22 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Godwin, the motion man. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cade Otten, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. That O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the two defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers. If the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. 48-yard line. Here's Rattler. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
And sometimes when you see a running back lined up out wide, you think maybe he's just a decoy. But not in this case. He was lined up out wide to the left, turned into a primary receiver, and picked up a nice chunk of yardage.
He gets it to Combs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Toss wide side. This is Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 17 yards for Alvin Kamara. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Quickly able to add the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Mayfield looks to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten. Oh, the gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. In motion, left Shepard. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Up come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Throwing is Rattler. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To the air is Rattler. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, 49 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Irvin. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 26 yards for the rookie Rachaad White. And the Bucs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
At their own 24-yard
And these two
line.
teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
He'll look to throw. It's out, it's loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Bucs.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Mayfield's pass.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. A run up the middle with Irving. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The jumbo set out there, 3rd and inches. Mayfield keeps it himself, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Baker Mayfield keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Bucs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Buccaneers 21, Saints 14.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll start with a give to Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
It gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
The pass caught by Olave. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Rattler from the gun, third down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll look to throw now on first down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
A big play looming on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Kamara up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Groupie for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th.
The game at 21 apiece.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late.
And a first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mayfield to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's 1st down. Now Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Mayfield. Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
For the Buccaneers.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They need